Hagar. That's Van Halen because
That was like he made that song as like a commercial for his tequila, pretty much. I Can't Drive 55. That's his real song.
sometimes I do articles on Wu-Tang, but it could also be if you're a co-host I get along with, you become the permanent co-host. You could also go. You could pick what we talk about, and I
Oh,
could go. I could go. You know, I think I could talk about that for a while.
okay.
I could also
Do you
veto
like to
it.
focus on like? It seems like both of the topics you brought up are musicians that are in groups that have a lot of like feuding. Is that like a theme?
I don't know if they're feuding. I mean, they just did a whole big thing with Nas for the 50th anniversary
Oh,
of hip hop, like big show. Like
oh, that's pretty cool.
they did like including Nas's sets and Wu Tang's 5 sets.
They
Yeah,
did
it
five
was
sets in one show. Oh, because all the Wu Tang guys did like separate sets. Is that what you mean?
no, they did all sets together. Like they would do a set, and then Nas would do a set, then they would
Okay,
do a
okay.
set,
That's a pretty
and
good
then
show. Yeah.
Nas did a set, and then they did a set, and they all joined with him for one last song. So it was really 11 MCs pretty much for that
I have
last.
to say, not to be like negative, but I have gone to a couple of like hip hop shows live,
Yeah.
and I feel like that's the one genre that's like it's not a big payoff to go see it live. Like
Mm.
usually they don't rap as good as they do in the studio. It doesn't sound as good. Plus, you don't
I,
get to watch them play any like guitar solos, so there's like you're not even like looking at anything cool, you know.
I don't know, man. Wu Tang is different. Wu Tang
There
now,
might be exceptions, yeah.
that's the exception. Wu Tang now, there's no DJ. A full entire band backs them up.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't
Three
know that.
guitars, a keyboardist, and a drummer.
Okay.
So if you're not paying attention to their show, you can look above them and possibly see somebody doing a solo.
That's exactly like
I stared
what
off
I
a
would say.
little bit with one eye.
I mean, that's the whole reason to go see live music, I think, is to actually like watch people play their instruments. I don't need to see someone like rapping, you know. But I get it. Like it's more than just like the show. It's like the event and like, people want to party.
I, right. I also now read stuff about Metallica and also things that would relate to Metallica, like their influences, the new wave of British heavy metal, bands like Judas Priest and
Dude, okay, can I cut you off? You
Maiden.
called in when you called in the Soup Party and you brought up the new wave of British heavy metal, and GGG tried to act like you're crazy because he's like, "Oh, it's not new, it's old," and you're like, "Dude, that's called the new wave. It's like the name."
That's
of
really Don A. Let's see. It says Don A.
He didn't get it.
It's not Don A. But all right, I know who it is. Hey, Ross.
You're getting hung up on semantics.
Who's this guy?
Where do meatballs fit in?
You and your brushing teeth,
Ross
motherfucking
playing
ass.
drums.
You and your fancy white teeth and your goddamn. Fuck out of here, dude.
It's Ross playing tape. I know it because it says RDA when you hit the 3 dots. It's not really Don A. Don A would get on camera. I know he would. He
I
left
saw
on his
Metallica
own.
live once. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I've seen him about 10 times.
Oh, that's
The separate playlist thing was great because I saw him night 2, right? And night 2 was better than night 1. I saw a playlist.
I
Night
find
1
that
had a
that's
lot.
pretty common.
Night 1 had a lot of typical stuff like Master of Puppets. I love Master of Puppets. I've heard Master of Puppets so many times. It's
Yeah.
great. I love it. It had Nothing Else Matters. Sure. I've heard that a lot. It had Fade to Black, one of my favorite all-time songs, and a few others. Night 2 had I have never heard them all up with Whiplash. That's a good change. Sure, they didn't play anything else from that album, but you open with it, you don't really need anything else from that album.
I know they played at least one song from that album when I saw them. It was probably Seek and
Delights?
Destroy. Maybe,
Yeah, they played that night one. Another sort of typical.
Yeah.
Oftentimes they close with it.
I don't think they played anything like unusual when I saw them that I can remember. It was all like hits, but it was still an awesome show.
Right. Well, they did close with One and Enter Sandman. That's somewhat typical, but they didn't play it in night one.
I think the song One is like their best song to see live, in my opinion.
Well, you've only seen them once. It's a song they
Yeah.
always play. Right.
I love how when he gets to the part where he yells like landmine and they like let off the explosion. Like that was pretty cool the first time you see it.
Well, Wink is out there if you like to try and be a co-host. All people can
Dude, I'm down.
audition. Can
I feel like we
audition.
can talk music like a lot, yeah.
Yeah. Also, I talk about Bam Margera because he's always in the news. There's always something new going on. He could be suing his ex friends or dissing them, like Steve-O. Him and Steve-O went back and forth. He made diss track. Steve-O responded. Then he criticized his skateboarding. Right. Right.
I always see little headlines about Bam Margera, but I haven't followed it closely. I think the last I saw, he was like saying he was going to go to rehab, but then he didn't, or something like that.
I think he's been clean for a while,
Okay.
which is good.
Yeah. I never understand guys like that who like, I don't know, they're very different lives than us, but like, you have that much money and like royalties and shit. Like, I don't know how you can be such a mess of a person. Like, just enjoy yourself. Like,
Well, I mean, these are guys that were professional stuntmen, right? In a sense, right? All the tricks they did and all that.
oh no, they were
That-
stuntmen. That's fair.
Right. And then you have all that pain. I mean, you got to do something to get through it, I guess. And
That's a good
then
point. I never even thought of that.
it becomes a habit in a sense. Right. I mean, and with fame comes things that are a bit messy. Right. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like,
No, obviously, it's not as
It
simple
was
as I'm making it sound.
fame
But if I
and
was in Bam
money.
Margera's shoes, I would just take like $2,000, spend it all on like weed, edibles, and then like you never hear from me again. Like, I'd be happy.
He was not addicted to weed. Meth
True,
is
true.
probably harder to quit.
Right. Yeah, I think I had read that he was into meth.
Yeah, it's not secret. And can you
I don't
believe
think
it's
I've known anyone that even dabbled in that and isn't like a very, very disturbed person.
I'm saying, and then you hear his family turn their back on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the meth could have just shown up. I'm glad, in a sense, he's in a better place this time. Good thing.
Yeah. No, I mean, I never had anything against the guy. I just like I don't really know much about him other than like the headlines that I see.
They talked about him a lot with Apologies. That's why I became fascinated with it.
Which show is that? I've heard of it. Who does With Apology?
I'm on it. It's hosted by Ian
Oh, that's
Ellis.
Ian Ellis? Okay.
It's hosted
I
by
knew it was-
him. And if you run into Bella and the Snake on Soup Party, he's the editor and producer and co-host. He's all three at once.
Yeah, see, I've caught on to the fact that when I see Ian Ellis in the chat, I think that's usually Bellin, right?
Right. And have you seen a name called Bellin on Soup Party Air?
I've seen Bellin in Discord. I don't know if I've ever seen him like in YouTube chat.
Okay, but you've never seen him on Soup Party? He's been on Soup Party.
Oh, yeah, I've probably seen it. I'm always like, I have a shitty memory, man, and like I'm bad at like all that shit. Like to be perfectly honest, until tonight, I thought you were Adam, and I thought Adam was Kenny. I had that mixed up.
Yeah, no. No, remember, they like Adam. They don't like me.
You white guys all look the same, man.
I'm saying that one day I don't really want any of those guys' likeness. Fuck that. They're a bunch of
Oh, likeness.
yeah. I don't need any of those guys to like me, nor Hipster. Right.
Oh,
I would like
I thought
their
you were like
respect.
boys with them.
No, this is all I would like. Respect. Doesn't have to be gay guitar guys. I'm probably never gonna have that. Respect of
You
any
can be
one
very
of them.
disrespectful.
I'm saying I would take respect of any one of them. Jings, Hipstar, Mudman. Yeah. Doesn't have to be like respect. When it comes to people that don't like you, I'd rather have respect than like.
That makes sense. Yeah.
I don't need like. Fuck that. I'm not gonna like them.
Man, I had my own problems with them. Like, I don't know if you were watching the episode where I tried to call in and GGG was like tormenting me, and like it led to weeks of like arguments.
No.
Yeah, I kept trying to call in, and then every time I'd call in, GGG thought it was so fucking funny to play music every time I tried to talk. It happened like 4 times, so I gave up. And then GGG's like DMing me all this bullshit, and I'm fighting back with him. Then those motherfuckers have the audacity. Jings has the audacity to post a video talking shit about me. Of course, they deleted it, and now everything's cool and we're friends. But it doesn't surprise me that they don't respect you. They're total jerks sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really totally respect them either.
Oh yeah. See, I actually do. I will say this. I enjoy Soup Party a lot. Like I'm almost embarrassed to say that. I think it's a very funny show. Like even when I'm like feuding with them, I still watch it and like laugh my ass off. But
I can say this that Hipstar called me retarded, and he's autistic also. Seem a bit hypocritical. I'd say so.
I'm also a big Hipstar fan.
What?
See, I don't condone them like being cruel though. Like I don't see any reason for that.
Well, you know, he does content that drives in my direction now. He did a sports show.
Yeah, I was watching that earlier.
I was watching that earlier too. He revealed that he's autistic, and I'm like, motherfucker.
Did he really? I didn't catch that.
He did.
Okay.
Right.
I'm actually thinking about going on that show next week. Hipstar sent me the link at the start of the show, but I kind of wimped out because I was like multitasking. But I think I'm going to go on next week because I'm like autistically obsessed with sports, and I think I could
I'm
actually
saying
like
that he sent you the link. I guarantee he doesn't
Yeah.
watch this. You should send me the link.
Yeah, we should both go on the sports show. Do you watch sports at all?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you like? What's your favorite sports?
Football and baseball. I'm a Giants fan.
That's cool. That's like the white way to watch sports, football and baseball. I respect that. I still
I'm
watch
saying that
basketball.
I'm not trying to
I'm a
say
Canadian.
that I don't support all people. It's just I had to give up hockey and basketball to be great at art. So they had
Okay,
to
well, I
give
mean,
up.
if you give up hockey, that's like an attack on white people, so that like balances it out.
They're every single day. I mean, baseball was every single day too, but sometimes the Yankees ain't doing so well. So, you know.
Yeah, the Yankees. Fucking.
It's Hal
suck.
Steinbrenner. I mean,
Stanton fell
no,
apart.
it's nothing to do with those guys. It's Hal Steinbrenner is why they suck. Hal is no George Steinbrenner. He just isn't.
See, this is already a more like in-depth conversation about sports than they were doing on the sports show.
Yeah, I'm saying like George saved baseball, and his son is just flushing it down the toilet last week. Didn't get to it, so it's kind of important to get to it now. Like I got to Joe Rogan news, and I skipped out on that last time. Okay, debut video for Jam Cod from forthcoming new album, Glasgow Eyes. There's a music video. I don't want to play a music video. That's all the news. All right, it says here Jesus and Mary Jane are revving up for an exciting new year with a release. Upcoming album, Glasgow Eyes, on March 18th, via Fuzz Club. Not ones to rest on their laurels, or perhaps just allergic to idealness. Right, the duo comprising the Reed brothers, Jim and Williams, have also unveiled their lead single, Jam Cod, in a move that's both a nod to their roots, a wink at the future. It's as if they're taking their trademark style, giving it a good shake, and flung it head first into the 21st century. A sprinkle of futuristic Britpop for good measure. That sounds pretty good, right? Hello, hello? Why did he leave? Hello,
You can hear
hello? Yeah, I can hear you. Why did you leave?
Oh, you can hear me. No, all of a sudden you couldn't hear me. I was trying to talk and you couldn't hear me. So
That's weird.
It's my fault.
Wasn't me, man.
My Wi-Fi
Oh,
is
yeah.
terrible. I just switched to data. I think it's actually better than my Wi-Fi.
All right. I do have more to read.
No, please continue. I didn't.
All right. In Jam Cod, dizzying electronica, Cuzzies up to William Reed's raggaton guitar riffs. Or gargantuan. Yeah, sorry. Guitar riffs like old friends at a high school reunion. Yeah, I don't think they've put out anything for a while, but I always like what they put out. So there's stuff to look forward to. I'm like, it wouldn't be that strange. Those two doing a electronica thing.
You're a big jazz fan.
Yeah.
I didn't know that about you. So you like Miles and Coltrane and that shit?
Yeah, I have albums by all of them.
Hell yeah, dude. That's my favorite music, honestly. Most people don't even want to talk about that shit. So it's cool you like that.
Well, after this article, before I do Scott Ian thing, we'll move on to bullshitting about jazz. Hold on.
Is Scott Ian? He's the guy from Anthrax, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I skipped out on it last time. I like to do Scott Ian news and the RZA article, and then that's all we get to news, entertainment news-wise tonight. It's fine. I have other things. I can save them.
Yeah, no. Go ahead. When I cut out, I was trying to talk about Scott Ian, but you couldn't hear me.
Oh, okay. Okay. Meanwhile,
the bald guy with the little goatee.
Right. Meanwhile, at the track's core, Jim Reed's vocals swing between chant and call to arms, as if he's leading a ritual to conjure the spirit of 90s alt rock. The result, a song that's part throwback, part trailblazer, and all Jesus and Mary Jane. It's a reassuring reminder that while the brothers might be celebrating 4 decades in the game, they're not just spinning their wheels, they're burning rubber and leaving a trail of revitalized yet conformably familiar tunes in their wake.
The author of that article creamed his pants when he put in that thing of They're not just spinning.
Yeah, I guess he's a huge fan.
Yeah.
I like their music. I can't wait to hear their new single and
Yeah, no,
upcoming
they had a
album.
couple good songs. They
So
were a
you've
decent
heard
band.
so you've listened to the Jesus and Mary Chain.
No. I'm talking about Anthrax.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I've got a little bit to go. 2 more paragraphs. That's all.
No, go ahead.
Okay. Hopefully, people will expect a Jesus and Mary Chain record, and that's certainly what Glasgow Eyes is, says Jim Reed. Our creative approach is remarkably the same as it was in 1984. Just hit the studio and see what happens. I like that. Then you're open to pretty much anything. We went in with a bunch of songs and let it take its course. There are no rules. You just do whatever it takes. And there's a telepathy there. We are those weird, not quite twins that finish each other's sentences. Yeah. Well, they got
It's
a
like
magical connection as brothers in making music too.
Hell yeah. Can you still hear me?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Okay. JamCon.
I'm gonna try and download the app for StreamYard. I think that'll work better.
There's an app. I thought StreamYard was just a place you went to.
It just popped up for me. The app is called StreamYard Guest. I feel like it's worth downloading for me.
It just pops up on my phone on the internet for me. I don't think there's an app, but
Yeah, no, I'm using the browser right now, but it's kind of shitty.
Okay.
Oh,
JamCon is accommodated by video directed by Ben Unwin, who has conjured up a visual counterpart to the track that clearly interweaves stock footage with shots of the band that result in a glitchy lo-fi transmission that echoes the song's ethos perfectly. This
I'm reading the chat right now. They're not a fan of me, the co-host.
this is okay. This cow wide scope of imagery that feels like flipping through a particularly artsy, slightly off-killer television channel in this video. When above captures the amplifiers and essence of the band turning what could have been a straightforward performance into a mesmerizing collage that's as rebellious and unconventional as Jam C itself. I'm going to do Wiz next, but what are your thoughts on this? That sounds like an awesome album, right?
Yeah, no. Ross Dog thinks I'm about to interrupt you, even though you're like asking me directly.
And plus, Greg didn't want to be on air. To be the co-host, you have to want to be on air at any point in time.
Yeah. No, I mean, I know we've had a couple of shitty shows. Like, I know I'm not the best co-host. So, like, I tried. Like,
hey, that first show you were on, looking for a co-host, that got a lot of views. Like, well over 200.
I think the first one was actually pretty good, and then the second one was terrible. But that was my fault. This is the third one.
You have different shows, different times, and it's not every show I do is going to be the greatest.
Yeah.
Roll with it, man, for as long as you want to roll with it.
Yeah, thank you.
And
fucking Ross Dog.
If somebody's giving you negative comments, just don't read their comments. You don't have to read them. Remember that.
That's right. That's
You
right.
don't have to feed into it either.
I'm gonna stop reading Ross Dog's negativity. I think.
I don't want to suck me in. He has said total negative things about me and tried to get me to read them. And I'm like, I don't need to read those. I'm going to continue with the show.
Yeah. Please do. He's calling me a soy boy right now. It's out of
You
line.
see, you're feeding into it, man. You're paying attention. That's what he wants.
Excuse me.
Okay, I'm going to take care of RZA, then Scott Ian, and then maybe we'll bullshit for a little bit. Then the show's probably going to end.
Yeah, no, I want to hear your thoughts on like bebop and jazz and shit. Like, finish the Scotty and shit.
All right, but we can talk about jazz a little bit. Let's see. I love jazz. I got a jazz record recently. I love Supreme. Love Supreme. It's
Oh, that's like-
Coltrane's The Note.
That might be like the best album like ever.
Yeah,
not
that's
even-
his devotion to God. That's what that
Yeah.
album is.
Fucking McCoy Tyner is playing on that album is incredible too. That whole group,
Wow.
that quartet is insane.
You know your stuff, man.
Oh yeah, dude. Yes, I know my stuff. I have a master's degree in jazz studies. As gay as that sounds.
Wow. Some people might go, that's pretty gay, man. I don't think it is.
Oh,
It's only gay if you don't like jazz.
I like jazz. I like. Do you know like Dave Holland? You know who that is?
I think so, yeah.
Bass player. I've gotten to play with him some, and a couple other guys like that. Like
Wow.
I'm pretty into that shit. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
No,
Impressive.
I'm
What you
a
play?
jazz nerd.
What
I
do you
play guitar. I can send you some links of stuff I've played.
Okay.
Do you know like Pat Metheny? I assume
What?
you know the guitar player Pat Metheny.
I don't know.
You don't know him? He's like one of the most like Grammy award winning artists like ever.
Okay.
Anyway, I've gotten to play with his rhythm section a little bit, which is also pretty cool. You probably know him, I would guess.
Russ, we can talk about anything on here. I also cover pop culture, and jazz is part of popular culture. So no, you.
I wish it was part of pop culture. It's not.
In a sense,
I'm
it
not
is.
sure people like you.
It's part of the popular culture of music. It is. It is.
That I would like that to be true.
It is in a sense.
This guy's calling me a dummy.
All right. And you're feeding into it. That's what, like, I'm saying. He could be cursing my name right now, and I wouldn't acknowledge that he
mean.
is. That's all I gotta say.
There's no need to just like be unnecessarily mean, I think.
But I'm just saying you're paying attention to it, so you're doing.
That's true. That's true. So who else? Do you listen to any like kind of more modern jazz, or are you mostly into like the old school?
Mostly old, but I would say in modern jazz. Let's see, Nora Jones. That is modern jazz. That is very lovely.
Do you know this guy Brad Meldau, piano player?
No,
Pretty sick. He's
send
modern.
me a link.
He's he's like one of the best.
Okay, we have RZA news. RZA praises Andre 3000's albums, plans to follow suit with his own instrumental project. Oh, Andre 3000 is now playing the flute, and RZA gets inspired. Yeah, that's right.
That's pretty cool. I haven't listened to the new Andre album, but I heard that he put out this like instrumental shit. It's probably pretty good.
Yeah. So I ain't just a rapper, man. I play instruments and all that shit. Check it out, son.
Yeah, I've always thought of all these famous rappers. It'd be so funny if one of them like became like a virtuoso on like an instrument, and then they would like
It
play
happened.
solos. I feel like it'd be
It
really
happened.
funny.
So it did happen. All right. Let's see. RZA has heaped praise on Andre 3000's debut album, New Boo Son. The album, which is entirely instrumental and made up of the Outkast legend Plentiful. Right. Has struck a chord with the Wu-Tang founder, inspired him to pursue a similar path. Oh shit, RZA gonna do an instrumental album now. That'd be cool, man. Well, he kind of did. He did a remix, all instrumental thing with some other DJs for Wu-Tang, but that's not. It's kind of an instrumental album, right? It's not like an instrumental album, right?
Yeah, I need to hear it. I'd be interested to hear it. It's probably some like smooth jazz bullshit, but maybe it's good.
Okay, speaking to TMZ, RZA said the album is on repeat in my house. Me and my wife just sit down and it keeps us very zen in the crib. It had me washing dishes. It's a good vibe. It's cool, man.
Yeah.
And then you're getting shit done. Yeah. Stuff you need to do. Maintain your house. Yeah.
Yeah.
He added, Andre, congratulations. I'm actually going to do another instrumental album myself. Hip hop is going to show you that there's no limits to what we do. That's true, man. Why put limits on yourself? I mean, if you guys in the Wu-Tang have limits, then you just have a DJ making scratches. They got a whole band backing them up now. Did you know that?
I did know that, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, so I have no limits.
I
You can
think
do
that's one if I was a hip hop artist, I would definitely want to have a live band. I think that's one of the things that makes hip hop like not a great like live genre. It's hit a button. Yeah.
It is if you incorporate things like bands and other things, then it's amazing.
Yeah.
If you become one yourself, like look at the Roots, they became a band.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. And they've worked with the likes of Elvis Costello, showing that we're not just hip hop, we're not just this night show, we're here. Yeah.
Yeah.
When asked if his new project will save hip hop, the Abbott replied, hip hop don't need saving. Hip hop is just growing. Hip hop is like New York City, another skyscraper, baby. Yeah, that's right. Then they say, watch the interview below. I'll have to do that, but I'm not putting videos anymore. I'm reading stuff because a video could get copyright. Hell, a Van Halen article could get a strike.
True.
Or a copyright on your channel video. Right. Not doing that no longer. RZA released an instrumental album in 2007. RZA Instrumental Experience and has also composed pieces of instrumental music for film soundtracks such as Ghost Dog, Kill Bill, and The Man with the Iron Fist, and later of which he also directed. Awesome, he's a director. Yeah. As
Man
for
with the
Andre,
Iron Fist. That's a documentary about GGG, I think.
yeah, no, definitely not. Definitely not.
I always joke that he rules with an iron fist when he gets.
Yeah, but really, they should call his movie "Cunt with the Iron Fist." Yes, when this guy goes live and you interrupt him, or you're live on anybody's show and you interrupt him, he becomes a cunt. Cunt with the Iron Fist. Movie about gay guitar guy coming out next year. That's right.
And his cunt fan Ross Dog. Yes.
All right. As for the Andre 3000, Nubu Sun has received mixed responses from those in hip hop world since it's released on November 17th, which with much of the criticism focused on 3 stacks. Discussion not to rap on the album. Lupe Fiasco created a remix in which he spits over one of the flute instrumentals. That's cool. I guess so. Lupe Fiasco also is in a troll war with Ian Ellis and Focus. Right.
I'm not.
Made his mistake by responding to these people. That was Lupe's first mistake. Yeah.
I think talking to Focus ever is a big mistake. I think.
Okay, but I'm just saying, getting trolled by Ian or him is a huge mistake. That's Wupe's mistake.
Yeah.
In a social media post earlier this month, Wupe rapped over the beat for I Really Wanted to Make a Rap Album, but this is really the way the wind blew me this time, and has promised to spit bars over the entire album.
That sounds promising. He's gonna spit bars.
Right. It says here, related news, Andre 3000 sets new Billboard chart record with New Blue Sun flute song. Maybe I'll get into it next time. That can be Okay.
What's that fat chick that raps? Lizzo, right? Yeah, she's like she
Lizzo.
plays flute.
Definitely.
Yeah, I guess she brought the flute back to the rappers.
Good stuff. All right, let's go with this. Scott Ian.
Yeah, let's talk to Scott. What has he been up to?
That's true, Cash.
I can already hear Ross Dogg's keyboard typing away at this dead air.
Then why are you paying attention to this? This is the point. If they say something about me, I don't pay attention because they're like they're going. We got you. Oh shit! That's their whole point. Why I'm trying not to pay too much attention.
They're not worth the attention. You're right.
All right. Let's see. Scott Ian. Yeah. There's an article about his son. That counts. Where is this now? I had this. Son of Anthrax. There. All right. Son of Anthrax, Scott Ian joins Foo Fighters for performance of Everlong. All right. Full article. That might be it for tonight. Okay. Son of Anthrax, Scott Ian joins Foo Fighters to perform song Everlong. Reveals Scott Ian's son has just lived every Foo Fighters fan dream of performing one of their well-known singles, Everlong, with the band. That's true. I wish I was up there and I knew playing an instrument. I was performing Everlong with Dave Grohl. That'd be so amazing.
He's one of the singers that I would hear like when I was walking around Fenway Park. I remember walking by there and being like, "Oh, Dave Grohl's singing." Him and Billy Joel. He's the other one I remember hearing.
All right, that's cool, man. According to Consequence Sound, in a video of the jam session filmed by Anthrax and Pantera drummer Charlie Bonatti. Right.
That's not the original Pantera drummer.
Revel? No, definitely not. But now he's in the band for the reunion.
Yeah, now they got like Zakk Wylde playing, right? I think.
Yeah, the guitar. Revel can be seen playing Pat Smear's Les Paul alongside Dave Grohl, and rest of Foo Fighters chugging out a guitar part for the beloved tune. Ian posted the clip on Wednesday with the caption, Rev gave Pat the day off. He deserves it. Yeah. Well, you know.
Let's give Ross Dogg the day off. I think he deserves it.
Jesus. Why are you making this about him?
It's all good. It's funny that he's a mod. So I think he has more sway than me around here.
Okay, the video is truly heartwarming to see someone so young able to live out a dream, especially that of a 12-year-old for any Foo Fighters fan. This was a dream come true and a memorable moment for Revel and his family. It's clear that Revel has inherited his father's passion for rock music and this once in a lifetime opportunity will surely be a highlight of his musical career. I hope he has a long career in the music thing. You can't just ride on the saw wings that you're Scott's son. You have to go out and make your own world, right? And this is the beginning of
Yeah.
that chapter. He's with
No, I
the Foo
respect that.
Fighters, and then maybe he'll form his own band after that. That'd be great.
Scott Ian, like, he weirdly is like pretty like respected, like famous, like considering he was just like the rhythm guitar player for Anthrax. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
It's
somehow
got the
he became like
screen.
pretty famous. Anthrax, what was their big? Are they the band that did a song with? Was it Public Enemy? I think did
Public
Anthrax.
Enemy. Yeah, they
Yeah.
did Bring the Noise, Public Enemy's classic,
Yes.
and then they upgraded more rock version.
Yeah,
Rock and rap together. Yeah, that's the same thing.
that's probably the song that made him like famous. Bring the Noise.
But I
Yeah.
like the original Bring the Noise also. Yeah. It was dope. Just Anthrax made it a little bit more dope. But that opened the door for Anthrax to do
So
stuff like
who's this guy? Who's
I'm
this
the
guy?
Man.
Greg? Who is Greg?
What? Greg was another co-host, but Greg doesn't like to go live
Apparently,
anymore.
I don't live up to Greg. He was
Greg
superior.
didn't want to go
co-host.
live anymore. He told me. I was okay with that, but that's fine, Greg. Thanks for going live anyways. But
Okay,
don't know.
Greg.
But I was saying that elevated the song. It's great. Anthrax was on Married with Children, as pointed out by Ross.
I don't remember that
He's right.
episode.
That they were there. I definitely remember.
I
that
can see
episode.
that. What Bundy was like ranting about how heavy metal is like evil, but then Anthrax shows up and like they get along with him.
Let's see. The Al Bundy character wasn't in that episode that much. It was mainly Kelly and Bud. Bud was in there a lot because it's freaking Anthrax. Of course, the parents weren't going to be in there that much but they're in there a little bit because Al Bundy is the central character. Of course, he's going to be there a little bit, right? Because he's Al Bundy, but. I think sometimes they focus on the kids a little bit in these shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Married with Children is a good show. I never really watched it that much, but it's definitely like one of the better sitcoms.
I think you could probably find on Paramount TV or something now.
Yeah, probably on like Amazon Prime or some shit like that.
What do you want to talk about now? Anything? Nothing?
I'm getting eviscerated from the chatters. I guess that's just part of being a co-host here.
Yeah, don't let it bother you.
Fucking Miles and Rossa. They're not nice people. Ketchen seems pretty nice, huh? I don't have a problem with her.
Right. Ross reminds us that Al and Peggy were gone because they got screwed in by a timeshare. So,
yeah.
If they went away. So, sometimes you have episodes like the Seinfeld show. There's when he goes to Florida, it's just him and Elaine. But George is in there a little bit because they go back to New York, but for a little spot. But he's not in there that much. Kramer's in there that much either.
The Seinfeld when Jerry and Elaine go visit Jerry's parents, it's a real thing that old people like Jerry's parents like they crank up the heat like way too much. I just visited my parents a few days ago. And it was straight up like it was just like from that episode when Elaine is like screaming about the heat. Like I think it's when you get really old and you're like in your like 70s, like your body can't like stay warm, so they crank up the heat. I think that's what's going on.
Or they forget to turn on the airco. It's Florida. You already have heat from outside, so you don't crank anything up.
Well, true. I'm talking about Washington, D.C., but in Florida, they don't really have that excuse. That's true.
So, okay.
Yeah.
In DC, it would be cold now, just like in New York.
Yeah. It's actually weirdly like warm here the last like couple days.
All right.
I don't know. I was just talking about it with someone else who lives on the East Coast that like 10 years ago we would get these crazy blizzards and like the weather was like crazy cold, and now it's just like not really like that anymore. Yeah. Sorry that Greg would have said a more entertaining statement about that. Sorry, Ross Dog.
But Greg didn't want to go live. You want to go live more on a consistent basis.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's all, man. Greg was when I was having more trials. It's trial and error. You take people on, they come on, they don't want to do any more shows, then they're not there anymore. It's like you gotta move on. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll get the
Sorry.
far keyboard. Hold on.
Move on.
If you can even hear it, I'd
Come
have
on.
to put it directly up to the mic. But hold on.
Fucking peanut gallery over here.
All right, I have it here. I'm putting the microphone up to it. See how that goes. Can you hear that?
Oh yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
That was
I don't know
in
what
D
I'm
minor.
hearing.
D minor. That's in D minor. Try well.
Okay.
With minors. That's F and G. F
Okay.
minor and regular G and G minor and A. Right, all right, so it's working.
Who is that? Who is the vocals on that track?
That was a fart keyboard.
Oh, okay.
Fart piano. That's what it is.
Yeah, I see some people in the chat talking about fart keyboards.
Yeah, it's my favorite thing of all the things I got in my McNasty cast gear. There's a video about it, and then there's a video of Bobby McNasty, a guy sent the boxes. One of the guys, him and Jimmy Knapp sent this. There's a video of him watching my video. Right.
Oh wow.
There's of not him watching the whole video because there's a portion of the box that you don't see that I opened that you don't see him watching. It's a portion of the video he chose to do a video of him watching. Right. Doesn't have to be the whole thing.
I gotta see that. I don't think I've seen that.
Well, you'd have to follow him to see his video. Well, I think he posted on Twitter, so you'd have to follow his Twitter or his Instagram to
Okay.
see
Yeah, I
his
don't have
version.
Twitter.
Me, you can just see on my YouTube or my TikTok. I put it on both. I figured two audiences need to see this. Awesome.
Yeah.
James, it's
You-
been
you-
almost 2.5 hours. It's been fun. Thank you for being here.
Oh yeah, no. Thank you for having me. It's all good, man.
Thank you, Miles Legion, Catch, Ross, Bella and the Snake, who was here much earlier.
Bella and the
Right.
Snake. I was talking to Bella and the Snake last night. That dude needs to get his head on straight. And Ross started calling me an N is out of line. I'm just gonna say that too.
Okay. Well, take that up with Rostock. I'm not going to take that.
Oh, I
up.
will.
He
I'm
behaves how he wants, and I don't try and stick in the middle of people fighting and all that. It's not my fight to fight. It isn't.
Yeah, no. I'm not trying to draw you in. This isn't about you. This is between me and Rostock.
That's true, but remember that James that we used to know, Miles, I would never pick him as a co-host. He's a creepy Asian guy. The other James that all of us know. Nothing to do with you.
It's all good.
I would never pick that guy if the other James, if he paid me per hour, I'd be like, Jimmer, I don't need the money that bad. See ya, douche.
Yeah, sorry. Asians aren't cut out for this, I think.
No, you, Miles Legion. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, sorry, Miles Legion. Sorry, I'm not Asian. I'm fucking.
Matt is here. Hello, Matt. What's up? I guess JJ is a problem with you being with Jimmer when you were. That's his issue, not mine. Are you here? Hello, hello? I guess she's there. Hello?
She's
I guess she
scared.
can detach. I guess she had connection issues. Maybe you'll be back in a minute. And people are coming here that I've never seen before. Good.
Yeah,
Everybody's-
all I know is that I remember years ago hearing that Gemernam was like a
Hold on,
crazy
JJ. I wanted to say what
pedophile.
this is brought to you by. Hold on. I'm just gonna mute you for a minute. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was just gonna do that. All right, just for a minute. This is brought to you by anybody that likes extra content, puppet videos, all kinds of stuff, even like extra skate videos that I don't post in premieres and all that. That because I go to a skate park like every couple weeks now or something. Patreon. The link is on the channel. Just go to that. Patreon hasn't changed, unlike the link tree. That has changed, but Patreon link is the same link. Check that out for extra content. That's all. This is what this is brought to you by. Since extra people are here now, check it out.
And
All right.
I'm sponsored by the Canadian Department of Child Protective Services. They do a lot of great work in supporting children whose parents or parent can't properly care for them or chooses not to. It's so sad that we have so many children who are left on their own because their parents can't take responsibility for them.
Okay, enough about that, dude. Jesus.
What? No, I'm just saying it's.
I'm saying.
You have your sponsor. I have my sponsor.
Okay, Germanicus subbing is one thing. I'm talking about the Patreon. It's extra content. Supporting me, I will give you extra content, private videos, all that shit. And if more than 10 of you join, I'll have an extra premiere every couple months, and one day sub only live, a Patreon only live. Oh shit! That's it.
Yeah, Calamity Jade says protect the kids. I agree,
Right.
and sometimes we have to protect the kids from absentee parents.
They're saying
like,
kick you.
like parents who
would
leave.
I like to talk.
Leave their children to be with a pedophile, like Manoodle.
Jesus, can I talk for a minute? Matt, I sent it to you. Link is in the DM and plus it's pinned. So link is up there or it's in the DM I sent you. So yeah, check the link. I guess he wants to stay muted. I can't unmute him.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, I can hear you completely.
Who
Can't
the
hear
fuck
you at
is
all.
this guy talking about parenting?
I'm saying that he's a guy from RDA.
I'm talking about how you left your 5 kids to be with a pedophile. That everyone knew was a pedophile for years.
Nobody
Jimmernam's
fucking
been
knew.
Jimmernam has been exposed for years. Jimmernam has been exposed for years.
No.
Where are your kids?
All right, I'm leaving until this guy's gone because I'm not gonna do this.
All right, this is really about the girlfriends of Jimmernam, and you've nothing
Well, he
to do
sounds
with
like a girlfriend of Jimmernam.
JJ, you said what you wanted to say, and that's enough of you tonight, man. This is
goodbye.
to talk to girlfriends, ex-girlfriends of Jimmernam, their story. That's tonight. Mark cancels. This is tonight. However long it's going to go for, till like probably 2 a.m. So I got 40 minutes.
I'm not going to talk about my kids, but I just want to say they have fathers. I didn't leave them.
He brought it up, not me. I wasn't going to talk about that at all. He brought that to the table.
No, that's all right.
One shove about. I don't control what somebody wants to talk about.
Yeah.
All right. Why don't you talk about your experience? I don't know your whole story with the Asian guy. You know so well.
I just wanted to clear that up first because I heard a lot of that shit, like who would leave. I didn't know anything about his pedo background or the things he was doing. When I came across him was through the Glarer. I had no idea about his history. I only
Yeah.
saw one video from his history, and it was not pointing to him being a pedo. I didn't know about him. It wasn't until I came back that I started digging and found out
Uh-huh.
so much shit about him. So,
Yeah.
and I don't have hold on one second.
Well, you know what's strange about the Glare, right? The Glare and him were together. They're gay together, right? So you know what? A Perry drama guy said, "Oh, you hear about Jimmer and the Glare?" I'm like, "How do you know?" Of course, because you're gay, and it's gay news. So that's why you know about it, because it's gay news. He knows all the gay news. Obviously,
Oh my god.
that's why it was coming from this guy named Wheels, and I'm like, Wheels, how do you know about Jimmer news now? No. Oh, gay news, right? Of course.
Oh
That's
my
why you
god.
know about it.
Yeah, well, ain't that some shit, right? I don't know anything about him, and that's the
Okay.
honest truth. If I knew,
When did you start dating? When did this occur? What?
it happened in late July, early August. I think.
All
I have to
right.
go back and figure out what day when
When
we
did you
started talking.
come to? When did you come to this house in California?
That was in late October.
Late October, and all right. Some women might leave the room after 2 inches enter the zone, right? He couldn't
Yeah, I
even
should have.
he couldn't even have Joe. That's still your same account. So this is but he couldn't even. It, I've talked to women on the internet. It's not always about the size of it; it's the longevity of it. Two pump. He couldn't even last. Couldn't satisfy, right?
Exactly. The size wasn't a problem until he started lying about me. Honestly, I don't dick shame anybody, but again, if he's making up lies, I'm gonna hurt him with the truth.
Right.
And it's the truth.
And 2 inches and two pumps ain't satisfying. Huh?
No, it was
Uh-huh.
negative satisfying, you know. It was,
Yeah.
yeah, half an egg roll is about right, catfish mouth mango.
That's really aggro. You know aggro? That's
Yes.
aggro.
Yes.
Yeah, his
I love
regular
aggro.
his original account did some reason did not get free YouTube Premium when he signed up for Nitro. Yeah. Yeah, I guess he had to get this stupid other account, but it's all right.
They do smell like a bowl of diarrhea. I said Jimmernam
All right.
balls smell like
Well,
he dipped them in a bowl of diarrhea that he must
he
have kept under the bathroom sink.
you mean he didn't shower before he tried to satisfy you?
He showered a few times, not every day.
And really, I would have done, I would have said, stay here for as long as you want. And I would have broke down and said, I haven't been completely honest with you, but I'll try and be more honest from now on. You see, I would have apologized and came up front about my lies because I'm a real man. I wouldn't lie to begin with, but
I see, that's the thing. That's what he tried to say, like, oh, she she went on AOC's panel and was doxing me. Like, I was not doxing him, but yes, if you guys saw what he did to me in California, I was fucking pissed. I came home, did some digging, and I wanted to reach out to people that knew him from the past because I didn't. And I didn't know anybody that knew him from the past. The only person I knew of was Beck, and she had me blocked at the time.
right, or reach out to somebody that he betrayed recently also.
Yeah,
Famous
but I
actor,
didn't know.
famous.
I thought he had a few trolls trying to take him down. I didn't know how
Yeah.
deep it went.
Right.
And
I'm JJ. I'm interviewing May. You already had your time, dude. Get over it, man.
yeah, get over it, man.
Yeah.
You said enough. Oh, by the way, my children have fathers that are very much involved. The two of them, I don't have 5 baby daddies, but they're very involved and they take vacation time and everything every year. So what was wrong with me going somewhere? I never leave my house. So therefore, I don't feel like it was wrong for mommy to have a vacation. It wasn't a vacation, but it's bullshit. It's bullshit. Why are they allowed to leave and not be around their children for a week or so at a time, but I'm not allowed to? Fuck that. Fuck that. So I didn't leave them, and I didn't know he had these accusations. If I knew
And you didn't know how
that
much,
shit I know now, I would have never got on that plane and he
right?
would have been flopped.
And you didn't know he was lying to you since August.
Yeah, and I thought he looked
Uh,
like something completely different.
Right? You thought he was only 30.
No,
Right.
I didn't think he was only 30, but I thought I knew his age. I just thought he looked
Uh,
younger than what he really did because he sent me about
right.
15, 20-year-old pictures.
Yeah. Catfishing 100%.
Yes, he catfished me. He said that he never saw my body, that I was fat, that I was so fat he couldn't wrap his arms around me.
Matt, I have to say one thing. That's a real picture of you, right?
Yes, holding a catfish.
Right. You. I gotta say that. I don't know. I don't know if I met a woman as beautiful as you in my entire life.
Oh, stop it. I can't take a compliment. I'm gonna get weird now. Ah.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Every time someone compliments me, I'm like, stuff your compliment in a sack, pal. I can't take it. I get weird. I'm like, Merry Christmas, you know.
Well,
But
I would
thank
say
you.
Aggro. I was a bit of a co-host, but mainly the soundboard. I would tell him what sounds to play, and he'd play them. Guys
Mhm.
like Helen were more the co-hosts because I'd take a break to watch his competition. Really, over an hour plus, I found Kyle and sometimes Unbleached more entertaining because Unbleached would play videos like, let's check out Ian Ellis and or somebody like that. I'm like, or he had a co-host that he would have banter with, and sometimes he's more entertaining. That was about half the time, right? And then I'd be like, what's on the Kyle show? Oh, this guy that goes, hey, I'm Russ Dugga. What's up, Kyle? I'm calling this show. I thought it's too stoned to call in, but man, I'm fine. Right? He would call in, and there'd be other people.